Hello, friends, and welcome to Wonderland. Take a deep breath. Let's light some incense here. Take a few minutes to yourself, or 10 or 20. How are you feeling? Are you feeling the eclipse energy yet? Are you watching this after the eclipse and you're like, whoa, what just happened? And you're looking to get some clarity? Take a break from your day. Let's do a little pick a card reading. So this reading will be for the new moon in Taurus solar eclipse for April 2022, the almost May of 2022. So if you haven't done a pick a card reading before, how this works is you choose a pile that jumps out at you. You can go down in the description box below, click on the timestamp, and that will take you directly to your reading. There is a fourth timestamp there, which is a closing statement, which will be at the end. That just kind of ties all of the readings together and also talks a little bit more about the new moon and the solar eclipse. If you're interested in that information, click on that fourth timestamp and that will take you directly there. That way, this time and this moment can just be about you breathing, taking time out for yourself, getting grounded and centered, and receiving some messages from spirit. So the first group that we have here is this beautiful divine door here. I chose the doors because eclipses sometimes feel like doorways or portals that we are walking through. So if you are drawn to this door and or this snowflake obsidian tumbled stone here, then find your timestamp for group 1 and that will take you directly to your reading. So in the center we have group number 2 and this divine door, as well as this black obsidian. And last but certainly not least, this beautiful divine doorway and a black tourmaline. This is actually a raw piece, whereas the other ones are tumbled. I don't know why I felt called to tell you that, but I did. Okay, so take a deep breath, choose your pile, and hopefully I'll see you at the end for the closing statement. Happy new moon and happy solar eclipse. Take care of yourselves, my friends. Hello, group 1. If you chose this divine door and this very snowflake obsidian, then this is your reading for the new moon solar eclipse in Taurus for April 2022. We're gonna put the oracle cards off to the side and dive into the tarot cards first. We actually didn't get too many cards. Like a lot of times I'm just called to pull more cards and more cards and more cards. Actually, let me remember to pick a chakra card at the end too for you guys. But yeah, I think the energy of this eclipse might be feeling a little bit overwhelming. So I just wanted to keep these readings really simple and yeah, let's just jump right in. So the first card we have here is the Lover's card, the Queen of Wands, the Devil, the the Two of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. So, this is a typical spread that I do in my live Twitch readings. We kind of get this baseline with these three cards, these first three cards, and then I ask for some clarification, and that gives us the next level, and then kind of like the end result, not necessarily an outcome, but it just kind of like funnels down in this direction. So when we start off with the first three cards, I mean, the Lover's card and the Devil card are both major arcana cards. This often symbolizes that the events coming up or occurring around this new moon eclipse or within this next moon cycle are going to be like bigger life changes, whereas the other court cards usually kind of just symbolize or the suit cards symbolize like kind of like everyday shifts and changes in your life, whereas the major arcana are a little bit more significant changes in your life or events occurring in your life. One thing that's just interesting that I just kind of realized right now is the Lover's card is my life path number. It's number 6. And that pairs with the Devil card as well. I didn't put the two together until, because the Devil card is number 15 and 5 plus 1 equals 6. So it reduces down to 6 in numerology. So I just noticed that they have very parallel symbolism within them. Typically the Lover's card is portrayed by a man and a woman, which represents the duality of the divine feminine and divine masculine. And it's about the joining of the two, not in a gender sort of way, in a feminine masculine sort of way, in a balanced sort of way. So it's like blending these two energies together to create balance and harmony. Harmony being uniting of love. I mean, it's called the Lover's card. We think of it as having something to do with relationships, but it's more about making decisions that will provide you with the highest best good for everybody involved in the situation, and that will balance and blend all of the energies, uniting them into one. So it's more about making a decision and making a choice that is the best choice for you to make. The Devil card also has very similar imagery in the Rider-Waite deck of a man and a woman, and they are chained to, I can't remember exactly what they're chained to, but the devil is in the background. It's kind of a scary looking card, but the Devil card symbolizes being chained to something, whether it's a person, a relationship, a vice, meaning drugs, alcohol, but that could even include food. It can be addicted to a relationship, addicted to a situation. In this particular deck, the situation here is, we all remember the Mad Tea Party, but I even kind of forgot until I got this deck that they are chained to, and I can't remember why they're being punished, but it's perpetually tea time for the March Hare and the Mad Hatter. So that's why they're constantly like getting a clean cup and moving down, because it's like the clock stays at 6 o'clock tea time forever for them. So every time the clock strikes 6, they grab a clean cup of tea and start over again. So it's perpetually tea time for them. So In this case, it's a situation. And I really can kind of see, because I felt called to tell that story of the Martyr and the Mad Hatter, I do kind of feel like maybe a few of you who have chosen this particular reading, group 1, is that one of the decisions or choices you might have to be making is kind of like breaking those cycles of like, well, we have family dinner every Sunday at blah blah blah, and it's like you're so chained to that routine that it's not even really fun anymore because it's just something that you do every day. So in the center of this, we have the Queen of Wands, and she's the queen of the wands, symbolize fire. She's the queen of fire, so she's creative and she's passionate. In this case, it's the queen of hearts, which we all know can tend to lose her temper. So that is like the negative aspect of the fire element. And but typically the queen, the queen of wands is a creative, passionate, social butterfly. Like she's the life of the party, that kind of energy. She also has this black cat that protects her. So when we have these like forms of protection coming up, and I chose specifically protection stones because I think that these things that are going to be brought to the surface during this Taurus eclipse are things that might make us uncomfortable, because Taurus energy, Taurus is ruled by Venus, and Taurus is like the tangible physical things that we love. Oftentimes material possessions, financial abundance. We have a lot of pentacles represented here in this reading too. But Taurus likes to have nice things, and they take care of their nice things, and they like things to be a certain way. Not totally in the aspect of like Virgo or Capricorn, but Taurus likes to enjoy nice things, whereas Virgo likes things to be a specific way. So I think that this eclipse is going to be bringing to the surface things that make us uncomfortable, and maybe it's breaking that cycle of tea time every Sunday at 6 p.m. Might cause rifts in your family. Like this is the thing that we do together. I don't know why this is just coming out for this reading. I just feel like it's like, and even just looking at society as a whole, like I'm using the family example as like a smaller microcosm of like the bigger picture of it's just like there are so many things that we do in society just because we're supposed to do them. Like this is the way that we do things. But in the last few years have shown that these systems don't work anymore. These systems are corrupt, and on all fronts. I mean, medical, political, societal, like so many huge issues that have continued for the last 100 years just because it's the way we do things. So I think that this moon cycle for us as a collective, and for the individuals that chose this specific reading, this is going to be about breaking cycles, breaking things, breaking bad. I mean, the devil can be bad habits, it's drugs, alcohol, food. It can be a person that's not, and maybe it's a friend that you've had for a really long time, and you've just always been friends, but like maybe you're just kind of different people now. But the Lover's card is about making those choices that are for the best, highest good of everybody involved. So if this is breaking a tradition or breaking a cycle or breaking an addiction, this is for the healthiest, best version of you. So that the healthiest, best version of you can be possible. And I feel like the healthiest, best version possible of you is the Queen of Wands. When we get towards the king is the masculine aspect of the fire element, and sometimes that can be a little more volatile. I actually kind of think it would have been better for the Queen of Hearts to be the Queen of Wands in this deck, but because when we have too much fire, that's, anger, and it's very volatile. Whereas the best version of the fire element is that more subdued feminine version of it, which is portrayed here in the Queen of Wands. The feminine aspect is wants everybody to be happy and feel comfortable, and that's why they're the life of the party, because they just want to entertain everybody. They care that everybody's having fun. If we relate to this again to the Taurus new moon eclipse, this is Taurus wants everybody to be comfortable and wants everybody to enjoy the pleasures of that life has to offer. They prefer that it's them that's very comfortable, but they really do. If you've ever been to a Taurus house, they probably have really comfortable furniture, and they are very concerned with oh, do you need a glass of water? Are you comfortable? Can I get anything for you? In that sort of way. And I'm just really getting this social butterfly aspect. I think with the Queen of Wands being in the center of these first three cards here, it just feels it needed to be brought to the attention that I feel like this is representing those of you that chose this reading, because sometimes it just comes forward in a tarot reading that this is the person that is being or this is representing a person. Sometimes it's very clear it's a person versus a situation. And I think that there is something that is blocking you from being this highest, best version of yourself. Now, when we look at the next layer that we have here, the Two of Pentacles, this is the card of being able to maintain that balance, even though that there is this extreme duality here. So maybe it's worked for you in the past. You've been able to juggle these things. You've been able to maybe be this version of yourself with your family. Whereas with the quarantine and lockdown, you've been able to be this real version that you want to be of yourself. And you've been able to maintain that. On Sundays at 6, we have family dinner, and I regress into that person that they want me to be, but then I get to go home and I'm this other person. Or it doesn't have to be family. It could be your work self versus your at home self. You've been able to maintain that balance, and it's been working. But maybe this new moon eclipse energy is kind of bringing to the surface that maybe it's not working anymore, or it's getting more difficult to balance. Because there is a choice that needs to be made here. And again, with the Two of Pentacles here, this is a choice. He's literally juggling these things. He's able to maintain it. That is the point of the Two of Pentacles, is that he's able to maintain these things. But what if one more thing gets thrown in there? He might not be able to catch everything. And then we have the Page of Pentacles offering another pentacle here. So I just get the sense that there's something that you want to add into your life, but you need to make room for it. So the Page of Pentacles is, and this might be work related because we have so much pentacle energy coming up in here. It might not be the familiar, the family example that I was using. And because this is a collective reading, maybe it's for one person it's the family life, and for one person it's the work life. So the Page of Pentacles often represents learning on the job. The pages in general are learning, and we have another page coming up here soon too. And the pages are kind of students. They're learning how to use their element, and in this case this is Pentacle, so this is the earth element. And so that is material things, financial things. It usually represents career, finances, that sort of thing. So maybe this is you learning how to spend your money better. Maybe it could actually be like training while you're on the job, or it could be like going to school so that you can get a better job. It can mean a variety of things. But I think in regards to this making the choice to be the better version of yourself, I think it might involve learning something new in the financial or career world. And I think it's going to be a creative thing because we also have the Page of Wands, which you are the Queen of Wands here. So you are a creative and passionate person. So maybe this is starting a business on the side, learning, I don't know, taking an online class to learn how to use social media to promote your creative business. The Page of Wands, again, like the Page of Pentacles, is learning something. But in the Wands aspect, it is something creative. It could be taking a painting class, or it could be just using your time off to do something creative. So all in all, we have some choices to make. I would set new moon intentions. We'll get more clarity and stuff with the oracle cards, but just based on the tarot alone, the message I'm getting is that you are making a decision to continue to grow, to continue to learn how to be the best version of yourself. And this is involving letting go of something that you've been chained to for a really long time. And I think it's really important for you, based on these oracle cards that we have here. We have Cave, Sanctuary, Ocean, Ebb and Flow, and Whale Breach. So I think around the new moon, it's going to be important for you to take time and really rest and rejuvenate. I love that this, like, we think of a cave as like a womb or like a protection, like you're safe from all of the elements. But I love that he is also cave painting in here when we have the Page of Wands here as well. I view the Page of Wands as the painter. That just clicks with me. So I feel like those of you that chose this reading might be very, very creative and might be just artists in general, but there's some sort of creativity to you. And I think you should use this new moon eclipse time to allow yourself that space. And it might even be that you're setting intentions to create that space. It could be physically, like creating a little nook in your office, in your bedroom, setting up a little craft table or a craft basket next to the couch, so that when you're sitting watching TV, like you're able to just reach right down and do something creative while you're watching TV. I think it's like creating that space, or actually creating that time, saying like Sundays at 6 o'clock is now going to be my painting time. We are, again, with this ocean card, the ebb and flow, kind of pointing to you are able to balance all of these things. I like to think of ebb and flow of the ocean with my breath. And every inhale is like the wave crashing into the shore, and then it's like receding back into the ocean again. And it's just this flow of like giving and taking, receiving that breath of life. And I think that as you're growing into this person that you are meant to be, you're not triggered by things as much. Like this ocean is like representing, like, you're not, when you have an emotion, you're not initially like reacting to it. You're just kind of like, okay, I'm feeling this emotion. And this could be an anxiety thing. With the devil card here, this could represent anxiety or depression too. So it's like you're noticing, okay, this situation stresses me out, but you take a deep breath and you release it. And you don't let it just like succumb and overwhelm you. And And this is going to give you the freedom and this balance to like make these choices that are for your highest good. And then with the whale here, this whale, I kind of feel like it's like you could allow yourself to go into this sanctuary, create this sacred space for yourself, and then you're going to be able to like come above the surface, like better and bigger than ever before. The door that we chose, dun, 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 is destiny. One door closes, another opens for you. Let the plans of destiny unravel true. So that was your divine door. And then we had two little messages here also is renew. Nature continuously renews itself year after year. I feel like this goes very well with the cave and the sanctuary, and that's why I really want to reiterate. I think it's important for you to kind of like take some time to yourself. And because this energy might be, eclipse energy is sometimes volatile. In the same sense, I feel like eclipse energy, even though it's a new moon, feels a little bit more like a full moon. The energy just feels like a little chaotic, a little brighter, a little... So I think with this ebb and flow also, it might be about just like when, if you encounter a crazy situation, like not immediately like reacting and pushing back right away, just kind of like, okay, I understand that like we're all going through this transition and this transformation. It's just like, it's not going to like trigger you anymore. The last message that we have here is flow. Go with the flow as water trickles down a stream. Do not hurry. I think that there's other than the devil card being here, there's like this steady movement happening here. You're able to balance things. You're interested and inspired to learn with both the creativity of the Page of Wands and the inspiration of the Page of Wands or the Page of Pentacles. And so I think I feel like you're able to, should go into this next moon cycle feeling confident that you're able to make these choices that are for your highest good, and you're not going to get pulled back into this devil energy again. Like, you're like, this is where I want to go. This is who I want to be. And I'm not just going to like not do that because we have to have tea time at 6 on Sundays or family dinner. Like, and whatever that thing is that you're chained to, I think you're going to realize like, but there are other things that I want to do that, and maybe this could even just be not necessarily like a specific family or job situation that is holding you back. It might just be like you've gotten comfortable with staying at home and not going out. I know I have. I love the hermit life, like, but then when you go out, you realize, oh, I missed this. I liked this. So maybe you're just going to be coming out of your sanctuary, out of your cave, and just taking it as it comes and goes and like flowing with it. So again, I chose the snowflake obsidian for you because I feel like, so obsidian is a black protective stone. It's a grounding stone. It's, obsidian in general kind of helps us stay grounded while we are able to scry and explore our spirituality, explore new things. But specifically the protection that snowflake obsidian gives us is to explore being ourselves, being the own beautiful, unique snowflake that you are. And this one particularly has so many snowflakes on it. So it protects you personally, so that you are able to shine your light and be the unique person that you are, to be the Queen of Wands that you know is within you. So I would recommend working with snowflake obsidian or some sort of grounding stone. because again, Taurus is an earth sign. Moss agate is a really great one for Taurus energy. Any like green stones, because green is going to have that heart chakra Venus energy, but it's also going to be have that earth energy too. So I wish you the best. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you today. If you would like to stay tuned for the closing statement to see how all of the readings kind of tied in together and how they and more information about the new moon eclipse energy, there's a 4th timestamp, and you can click on that, and that will take you immediately there for a closing statement. But other than that, like, just be your unique self, make good choices for you and your highest good of everybody involved. Happy new moon and happy eclipse season. Hello, group 2. If you chose this beautiful divine door as well as this black obsidian, then this is your reading for the new moon in Taurus eclipse for April 2022, as well as like this upcoming new moon cycle. So we're gonna put the oracle cards aside, and we actually didn't really get that many cards for these readings. I had a feeling that like the eclipse energy was going to be feeling like very overwhelming, so I just wanted some like quick and easy readings that are just kind of straight and to the point, to not be overwhelming, because I think eclipses are going to bring things to the surface anyways, so you might have already been feeling this energy and are recognizing that things are being brought up. So let's just jump into the tarot cards. The first one that we have here is the Page of Swords, and he is in reverse. We also have the 10 of Swords, the 10 of Cups, and the 10 of Wands, the 9 of Swords, and the 4 of Pentacles. So this is a spread that I use usually for my online Twitch tarot readings, and I typically start off with these 3 cards here, and what I'm asking here is just kind of like a baseline, like where are we at, and then the next layer is like, can we get some clarity on some things, and then the last card is just supposed to just kind of like tie this whatever information we get up. So starting with the first 3 cards here, the Page of Swords upright is portrayed by the white rabbit here, and he's got this sword, and he's surrounded by clouds. So the sword suit represents wisdom and knowledge. So this sword is like cutting through those cards, clearing the clouds, and clearing the air. So this card is about clarity, but with him in reverse, this is a very your head is in the clouds kind of card. You might be experiencing some confusion about things, and you're just not seeing things clearly. And then with the 10 of Swords immediately following it, the 10 of Swords is, well, first of all, immediately before the page, but the 10 of Swords is kind of the end of a cycle. The 10s in the tarot deck represent the end of a cycle, because when we take 1 and 0, it equals 1, and that takes us back to the beginning. So the Ten of Swords is a painful looking card because it's typically, this is Humpty Dumpty who's being stabbed with all these swords, but typically the Rider-Waite Ten of Swords is a person, like it's being stabbed. Oh, I have another one here. Someone being stabbed in the back. And as you see this particular portrayal, this is from the, not the Everyday Witch. What is it? The Modern Witch tarot deck. She's changed the title. This is an extra card from the deck, and she changed it to Everything is Fine, because it's like all of these things are coming at you and stabbing you in the back, and it's just been happening over and over and over and over, and you're just finally like, okay, like you're just taking it, like you can't stop it, you can't fight it. It's just like, okay, I'm done. Like, what else are you gonna throw at me? like that kind of energy. And then we have it right next to the Ten of Cups, which is totally opposite energy. The Ten of Cups is about having all of your emotional needs met. All of your cups are lined up there, and they're full and they're overflowing with abundance. We've got a happy a couple here. In the Rider-Waite, the Ten of Swords, or the Ten of Cups is has a family in there. These are the chess pieces. Maybe those are supposed to be their family. They do kind of look like very young chess pieces in the background there, and they're kind of jumping with glee. They've got smiles on their faces. This is like a happy family of emotionally fulfilled card. So just these three cards alone, like there's something that you're not seeing clearly, and I think it's that you're not recognizing that you do have, despite all of these things that have been going on in your life that I'm assuming are negative things that have just, you've been feeling like this, just everything's coming at you at once. Maybe you're not, because you're so focused on this negative aspect, you're not seeing the positive aspect, and that is that you do have the love and support that you need to get through this time. I also get the sense that maybe some of you that have chosen this pile are escaping a lot. I was just getting this sense of escape. And it's so interesting that we come down here now. I was asking for, okay, so what's going on? What are we not seeing clearly? What, like just, can we get some clarity, like what's going on? And then we have the Ten of Wands. So we've got 3 tens in this reading. So you are at the end of a cycle. Maybe because if you are someone that watches my new moon videos regularly, we've been having tens coming up a lot this year for the new moons. And I almost maybe feel like maybe a few of you are maybe not letting that cycle to complete and end, and that's why they keep coming up, because we've got 3 of them here now. And the Ten of Wands here is a card about, he's trying to do everything himself. He's got these 10 wands strapped to his little hamster back, and he's working hard, and he's done. Like, again, these are all kind of like, we're done. We can be content and happy in this one. The things aren't going to hurt us anymore, and we're finally going to get a day off soon. Hopefully with these, if you allow it. I'm still getting the sense that maybe somebody watching this isn't allowing this cycle to end for some reason. And it's literally keeping you up at night with this nine of swords that we have coming in here too. I don't know why, like there's no indication in the cards about this. I just got this feeling of escape with this reversed Page of Swords, and like escaping reality. Maybe you're using drugs or alcohol, or like you're pumping yourself with caffeine to like get through the workday, and then you can't sleep at night, and then you wake up all groggy, and we start the cycle all over again. I just really get the sense that like maybe there is something that is preventing you from sleeping, and it might not necessarily be just the things that are running through your brain. It might actually be like there is this cycle, like you're using caffeine to get through the day or whatever it is that gets you through the day, and then when you come home at night you're trying to escape and forget, and then that is affecting your sleep cycle, and you're not able to it almost feels like you're just trying to hold these things together. And then with the Four of Pentacles here at the end, this is a card about holding too much, like withholding. It's because it's Pentacles, it's usually talking about finances, as like maybe you've just been in survival mode for so long within the last few years, because of the pandemic, because of the situations that are going on in the world. You're just like being really tight with your budget, on a strict budget, and you're not allowing yourself to like release and relax a little bit. So I think that this upcoming moon cycle for you, and the things that might be coming to the surface during this solar eclipse in Taurus, is about getting back down to the ground. Taurus energy is an earth sign. It is also ruled by Venus, so it's a loving, comfortable, physical, like it's Taurus energy is a comfy couch, like just sit, like a really nice, comfortable couch that costs a lot of money. It's really fancy, and you got to take care of it and upkeep it. Taurus energy is about like being that like really nice and cozy energy. And I'm getting the sense that you're just not allowing that, despite having, you're working your ass off. You have a job, you have money coming in. Just things keep happening and coming at you all at once, that you're not seeing this emotional fulfillment and emotional support that I feel like you have in your life. And you're also we have to just like relax our finances a little bit. Like I'm always on a budget, but it's just like sometimes it's so weird when I treat myself to something, whether that be like even just like a takeout meal so that I don't have to cook dinner, or if it's like I don't know, buying something, like I don't know why this is only food for me. That's how I indulge myself, I guess. Or if it's like buying a new crystal or something, like buying a new crystal. It's so weird. Like when I spend that $5 on a crystal or whatever, I'll get more clients, or like money will come in from, like I'll have extra work or extra money for some reason. And it's when I was like so tight, like this little mouse, he's like holding on to all his little pentacle cookies here, or crackers or whatever they are. Like it's like you're holding so tight that it's also preventing money from coming in. And this can also be the opposite of like, it can be spending too frivolously, and that might be what you're using to escape, like using that as like retail therapy kind of thing. But once you like loosen that grip a little bit, things start to flow a little bit better. So the oracle cards that we have for you that came up are Gaia and Nurturing. So this again is telling me that this is you with all this sword and wand and water energy here. We really need to reconnect to the earth and nurture yourself. Nurture just your like sleep and wake cycle, like because the resting is going to be like really important for you around the new moon, and nurturing yourself and really filling your cups up, nurturing your body too, like filling your cup up with nutritious food instead of just like fast food. I don't know why food keeps coming up for this reading for some reason. We also have dawn and new beginning and dream time creation. So I think that the sleep is really important for you. And I love that the dawn and new beginning comes up for us, because every new moon cycle is like a new beginning. It's like a new dawn, and every new dawn is a chance to start over. We, like, if it didn't work out yesterday, we always have today. And especially with the new moon cycle, this is our chance to start things new. Like, if you've been stuck in this cycle of escaping and just getting by and surviving, you can change that. You can change at any time. And that's going to require you to nurture yourself and nurture your body, and also really focus. I think that's going to involve sleeping for you. When this Dreamtime card comes up, you might be getting the answers through your dreams. If there are things that are keeping you awake at night, try to clear your mind and clear your head so that you're able to get into that sleep state that gets you into dream time. Because I think that's going to help you find answers, and it's also going to help you find peace. And then, of course, it's also going to regenerate your body, because you're sleeping the way that you're supposed to do, and you're actually getting like restful sleep. So your divine door here says deeper. You are not finished. You are not yet done. Dig deeper and deeper. The best is yet to come. Hold on, hold on. And I really feel like this points towards the Ten of Swords card, which is I call it the I'm done card. Like, you're just done with this. Like, you're like at the end of this cycle. Like, allow it to complete. Allow it to start over and go back to one. Allow that one to be added to the zero and to go back to one. The new dawn, the new beginning. We also have woods for you. Again, the need to connect to the earth energy. Be like the woods, calm, soothing, mysterious, and full of life. Just because like all of these things are happening doesn't mean that you can't enjoy this happy energy over here. And we also have reconnect for you. Secrets lurk in the captive shadows deep in the woods. You're really, I think, being called into the deep subconscious of dream time. I think that sleeping is going to be really important for you this next moon cycle, because we're getting the woods energy and just kind of like exploring that subconscious kind of energy here. And I think that's going to help you get this clarity, help you turn this page right side up and have that mental clarity, clear away the fog, because maybe you're using things to escape, but it's interrupting your like subconscious time, it seems like. So I know this is a little bit of a heavier reading, and I like to encourage you to not give up. I've been in these moments. I experience these moments pretty often. And when you rest and recharge and nurture yourself, you can come back. It's crazy. It's like a switch. It's just like, wow, yesterday I wanted to hide under the covers forever, and today I'm able to like live my life again. And don't put pressure on yourself when you have those moments. Just allow them to be there. Allow yourself to rest. Allow yourself to hibernate in the darkness for a little bit, because you're going to come out the other side. I know I've been there. I visit there very often. So I believe in you. If you need help, please reach out. I'm always available for help. And remember that this is a new moon and a new cycle, and anyone can start over, and so can you. So if you want to hear how all of these readings tie together, as well as new moon Taurus eclipse energy information, there's a 4th timestamp, and you can click on that and it will take you directly to the closing statement. Thank you so much for your support, and I will see you next time. Hello, group 3. If you chose this beautiful divine door and this black tourmaline chunk here, then this reading is for you for the new moon in Taurus solar eclipse for April 2022. We will get to your door in a moment, but let's start off with the tarot cards. These are kind of a little bit of simpler readings today because I felt like the energy of the eclipse might be a little bit overwhelming, so I just wanted these readings to be short and sweet, and so we don't have that many cards to go through today, but there's a lot of information, like intuitive information coming up, so let's see what we get for group 3. The first card that we have here is the Lovers, Six of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. Like I've said in the other readings, this is a spread that I like to use when I'm live on Twitch. The first 3 cards here kind of give us a baseline information, and then I ask for a little bit of clarity and then kind of to tie things up in the end. So we'll start off looking at these first 3 cards here. I do want to point out that if there were either group 1 or group 2 that called out to you, I would say that I think that this reading is very similar to group 1. So if you felt called to that as well, I would recommend watching that one also. But we also have a similar card to group 2 as well. So if you were kind of like weren't sure which one you wanted to pick, I would recommend watching one or all of those as well, because group 1 started off with the Lovers too, so I feel like this so I mean I had a long explanation of the Lovers card in the first group, so if you are really called to the Lovers card, I would recommend watching group 1, because I just kind of like went off on this tangent of the Lovers card, and I don't know if I have the energy to do it again. So the Lovers card, I mean, people think of the Lovers card as it being the love card, the relationship card, but it's really not. It's about making a choice that is for the highest good of everybody involved. It's about making a choice and making a union that blends equally and with balance. It like merges together, and it's about the divine feminine and the divine masculine merging together. So this is about a choice. You might be approaching making a decision about something. In this particular group though, compared to the other group, I feel like this choice is also about stepping out of your comfort zone, but in this case, it has something to do with childhood or something that is very nostalgic for you. This is the Six of Cups is my nostalgic card. So when I see this card come up, I know that we are looking at the past very endearingly and just maybe attaching ourselves to that experience because it feels so good to us. Like that's what nostalgia feels good. But I think you're being asked to either make a choice that you are used to, feel comfortable with, gives you that nostalgic feeling, or there's another option for you that is even bigger and better than anything you could have imagined, which is the Nine of Pentacles energy. This is very abundant and prosperous energy here, and I think like you're maybe playing it safe a little bit and not taking any risks that could bring you more abundance and prosperity than you thought you could. So I asked for clarity about what what this choice is, or just any information that can help us through this eclipse time and this upcoming moon cycle. And we have the Six of Wands, which is the Six of Wands is about like being recognized for your accomplishments. It can be social recognition. I also have noticed, because I particularly use this deck when I'm live streaming, it comes up in a lot of readings for people who are also streamers or presenting something publicly to the public. It's weird. It's weird that it always comes up. It's like you're going to be recognized for like what you are putting out there, basically. And then the Page of Swords is about finding clarity. So I think that like this next moon cycle, if you're feeling like a little bit unclear about like what direction to go, I think that this next moon cycle, you're going to be getting positive feedback about something, and that's going to lead you in the direction that you need to be going in. It's going to give you this clarity. If you're feeling kind of like, well, I don't know which decision to make, I don't know which way to go, I think that you are going to be getting clarity. If it is like the new moon or solar eclipses do bring things to the surface, so it might be that this eclipse is going to like shed light onto something and help you decide which direction to take, or this is what you should be working towards with this next moon cycle. And then at the end of this, we have the Two of Pentacles, which also appeared in the first group. The Lovers and the Two of Pentacles appeared in the first group, but because its position is different, its energy is different. I think that compared to the first group, I think that this group is going to be able to like balance maybe both of these options for a while more sustainably than the first group did. And I really can't really tell you why that is, other than the positioning of it, and because this position is kind of like tying everything together, whereas this in the other reading it was like it was in a different position. So it just I'm sorry to keep comparing the two. I mean these are collective readings, so, and I can kind of feel like all these different energies like of who this is for, and trying to pick and grab them is kind of difficult sometimes. So I apologize if that's confusing to keep referring back to the first one, but I'm just really feeling called to like tell you that because these readings are so similar. They're similar but in very different ways. So if like you picked the first one and then I don't know. I don't know. Sorry, I think I'm running low on energy, so I'm not making that much sense. I apologize. So overall, this, I feel like those of you that chose this particular group is about making a decision, maybe stepping out of your comfort zone a little bit, because that's in the center here. You're feeling comfortable, you're feeling nostalgic. So you're kind of like, why do I have to change? Why do I have to? And we just do. It sucks. We have to change. That's the point. When we get comfortable, it's like something's going to rub us a little bit differently, and we need to like go out there and explore new things. And it's going to bring you this wonderful like Nine of Pentacles energy here. But I think you will be able to kind of balance both of them for a while, at least for now. Maybe just kind of like dipping your toe in a little bit and seeing, oh, hey, and then waiting till you get that feedback and that positive recognition. And that's going to help you decide like, oh, wait, this is what I want. This is the direction I want to go in. So I chose some Earth Magic Oracle cards to kind of help give us guidance here. And we've got New Moon Promise here. When I first saw this card, it made me think immediately that like you have been intending to make this decision and make this choice for a while now, but then like it gets a little scary and you kind of like creep back into your shell a little bit, creep back to your comfort zone. So I think like you've been making this promise to yourself for a while, but you just haven't been quite ready to like take that first step yet. And I think that this eclipse is going to bring stuff up to the surface that helps you figure out which way to go and maybe give you more confidence to move forward. And I think you're just kind of reminded, like, you asked for this, you wanted this. Or this could be about like just setting new intentions to make this decision, find this clarity, and figure out which way you want to go. So we also have fairies and earth magic and Milky Way perspective. I wanted to read from the Milky Way one. I feel like I know we've gotten it before, but I just want to see if anything jumps out in regards to that one. The fairies and the earth magic. I mean, Taurus is earth energy. I think maybe the decision that you need to make is in regards to your spirituality, your intuition. When this card came up, I just kind of got the sense that like you are a very magical, connected kind of person. Let's see what the Milky Way says. The Milky Way is said to be one of billions of galaxies in the observable universe. It contains between 200 and 400 billion stars, the one of the most familiar being the sun. Okay, now I'm remembering what this card means. Okay, so you have lost your perspective, so it's time to step back, breathe, and allow yourself to detach in order to gather information from your senses and regain your perspective about the situation. Detachment does not mean that you no longer care. It simply indicates that you are looking at things from a different point of view. I remember now, like when this card came up, I was thinking that there is something, you are, because of the fairies card also, that there is something very magical and like magnetic about you. And maybe you don't feel safe stepping out of your comfort zone, and maybe you are putting yourself out there publicly and you're scared to do it. But I think that this perspective card comes up because it's telling you like, it's not just about you, it's about the bigger picture, the bigger perspective, and the people that you are going to be affecting in a positive way through, I feel like you are going to be putting yourself out there publicly with the Six of Wands, and you're going to be recognized with that. So I think that like you're being asked to take a step back, take a breath, and recognize that like you can have a positive impact on people in a very positive way. And it's going to give you this prosperity and this abundance, and like to not shy away from it because it's your purpose. I was getting this very, like, you promised that you were going to do, you came here to do this, and you're so magical and you're so connected to this energy that like, I think this is what you're supposed to be doing. So your divine door is passages. Spiritual signs of inclination. You're walking through passages of your transformation. You're being nudged by spirit to keep moving, to keep going. We also had music. There is a melody to be heard in the deepest parts of the woods, if only we listen. You might be kind of ignoring these signs or something too. And transform. Emerge with beauty and grace from your cocoon. You are really being nudged by spirit to like get out of your comfort zone, do the thing that you said that you were going to do the thing that you promised that you were going to do. And I'm here for it. Share it with us. Comment below with like whatever it is that you're putting out there. Give us your social media. Like, we want to follow you and encourage you. And that's what the Just a Phase, I want the Just a Phase community to be, is to inspire each other to find our purpose, to live our dreams, and to not have to like conform to this box that society has put us in. And like, encourage and lift each other up to like put your dreams out there, put your creations out there. This might be a musical person. It's interesting. A lot of times I get a sense of like a very artistic, like artist type of person, but maybe this is a more musical energy for you. But again, this is a collective reading, so it could be any number of things that the universe wants you to put out there. So if you're interested in hearing the closing statement and how all of these readings kind of connect together, please stick around and hang out. You can click on the force timestamp, or you can just it will be immediately following this reading since you're the last one. Thank you so much for your support, you magical fairy earth beings. I'm so happy to have you here. We'll see you next time. Happy new moon, and take care of yourselves. Oh, I picked tourmaline for you. I picked all these black stones specifically for protection, to help us stay grounded and to feel safe during this transitional time period. So thanks again. I will see you next time. Hello, friends, and welcome back to the closing statement. How are you feeling during this time? I don't know what it is about me, but I tend to feel the energy before it happens. I'm kind of learning that. I have been feeling very volatile and kind of chaotic and crazy and anxious the week leading up to the eclipse. Whereas now that I'm filming this a day before the eclipse, I don't think we've actually moved into Taurus yet at the time that I'm filming, but I'm starting to feel a little bit more calm, even though we're still in Aries, and Aries energy is kind of like fiery. It's not kind of like, it is fiery. So I don't know. I'm starting to feel a little bit better. But it's so weird. I don't know why this is. And I don't even think it's because I'm filming earlier. Like maybe if I were filming Monday or Tuesday and I was trying to tap into the eclipse energy, but basically like Monday through Wednesday and kind of into Thursday, I was feeling like just kind of like anxious and like all over the place. Whereas now that we're here and we're close, I feel a little bit better. So I don't know what that is. I would like to explore that and get to know that a little bit better. And I think that is like what this Taurus energy is going to be bringing up for us, is like exploring these new things that might make us feel a little bit uncomfortable. Let's take a look at, because I feel like we can all get messages from these doors. Kind of funny that we have Deeper in Destiny. So the first one we had here, and I just like repeating these messages because I think they can kind of apply to anybody if it calls to you. So one door closes, another opens for you. Let the plans of destiny unravel true. We also had Deeper. You are not finished. You are not yet done. Dig deeper and deeper. The best is yet to come. Hold on, hold on. And then we also have Passages. Spiritual signs of inclination. You're walking through passages of your transformation. Okay, so obviously because these messages are from a Divine Door Oracle deck, we're talking about passages, we're talking about portals, we're talking about doorways with this deck, obviously. But all three readings collectively kind of had that sense of like, okay, we had this completion of a cycle, like we gotta step through this door, we gotta step through this portal, like we gotta make ourselves a little bit uncomfortable to like get to the other side, like keep going. I mean, that's specifically why I chose the Divine Doors for us for these readings, but it just the tarot cards also had those messages as well. Because I reshuffle the tarot messages back into the deck, I'm not going to go through them. I'm going to go through the oracle cards because I just really feel like these messages need to be repeated. We're also talking about renew and flow. Nature continuously renews itself year after year. Go with the flow as water trickles down a stream. Do not hurry. So these are messages of keep going, keep going. This is a new moon. We can renew, we can restart, we can begin this new cycle. The other messages are woods. Be like the woods, calm, soothing, mysterious, and full of life. So even though this is making us uncomfortable, we can still be uncomfortable for a second and then breathe and keep going. We don't have to like get stuck here in this uncomfortableness, because that makes it even more uncomfortable. If we keep going, it's not going to be uncomfortable. And reconnect. Secrets in the captive shadows deep in the, or secrets lurk in the captive shadows deep in the woods. This message was kind of, for this group, was about uncovering this thing that you might have been seeing signs for, might have been hinting at, that you know which direction to take, you know which road to follow. And then last but not least, we had music. There is a melody to be heard in the deepest parts of the woods if only we listen to the signs, look for the signs, and transform, emerge with beauty and grace from your cocoon. We've been so safe and safe and protected in our little quarantine cocoons, but it's time to like be our new selves and reintroduce ourselves to society, reintroduce yourself to your friends that you haven't seen in a really long time. Like, hey, this is the new version of me and I'm really happy with it. This is the me that I get to be behind closed doors, and I'm really happy with what I've evolved and grown into. I'm happy with the person that I'm becoming. The earth messages that we have are connecting, getting us to connect back to the earth. Dawn, new beginnings, fresh starts. Dream time, creation, like really allowing ourselves to take care of our minds, to take care of our bodies, and to fill ourselves up. I know that during quarantine, I was not eating right. I'm still kind of not eating right. I'm still trying to make that transition of how do I make healthy food, but how can it fit into this lifestyle that is not going to change immediately. Like, I think that as a collective, we're going to start slowing down, and I am all here for it, but it's not happening yet. There are going to be times when your schedule is jam-packed on the new moon and you can't. And I know that I'm the one with the Just a Phase planner trying to teach you to follow the moon cycle and to rest on the new moon, but I understand that that's not always possible. But you can do your best to hustle, but make sure that you're getting enough sleep. Make sure that you're getting enough nutrients in your body so that you can maintain that energy. So we have dawn, new beginning, new moon, promise, fairies, magic. The Milky Way tells us to like look at the big picture, see the bigger perspective, understand that our little lives are affecting other people, and it's like this trickle effect that is creating this evolution on the planet. We also had cave, sanctuary, ocean, ebb and flow, and whale breach. This is again energy of emerging, like literally emerging from the water, coming out of your cave and your sanctuary, waking up from your dreams with like new creative and inspiring ideas. The new moon, giving yourself a fresh start. I think there was one group in particular that was a little bit more of a heavier reading, but I think the really important message for everybody is we all have these flaws. We all have this darkness. We all have these things that we wish we didn't do. We wish we didn't said. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It doesn't mean that you can't start over and you can't start fresh, and it means that you can continue to grow and evolve and apologize and forgive, and that we can't hold on to it anymore. We can't hold on to that. We did it. We said it. Sorry. Let's move on. Let's be better. Let's grow. Let's learn. Let's evolve. So the Taurus eclipse, Taurus energy wants us to be comfortable, but this eclipse is also bringing to the surface things that make us uncomfortable. But here's the thing, and I think I said it within one of the readings, is that when we're uncomfortable, we don't have to stay there. We can figure it out. We can wiggle around a little bit and make ourselves comfortable again, comfortable in this new skin. Like, yeah, it might feel tight and restricting, but whoa, what if we move this way? What if we move that way? What if we do this? What if we like take care of ourselves and really like nurture this energy? Then whoa, this does feel good, and people are accepting of me, and people are allowing me to be this new person. And it's because I allowed it first. It all starts with us. It starts with you. So when we're feeling uncomfortable, just take a deep breath. Like I said earlier this week, I was just feeling so anxious and like all over the place. And I just kept going. I was like, don't give up. Like, don't cancel these plans. Don't cancel these appointments. Just keep going. And now that I'm through it, I'm feeling better. And I know that there's like a light at the end of the tunnel, and I know that it's going to be there. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to get uncomfortable again next time this happens, but it means that now I know immediately to breathe and to just like, instead of reacting and getting mad and like, I hate this, I can't wait to finish it. It's like just breathing there and being there and allowing and being forgiving of yourself and getting through this time. Like we can transform, and we can be comfortable, and we can love ourselves, because Taurus wants to love ourselves and wants us to have nice things and wants us to take care of those things and take care of our bodies and to take care of our souls. So like all of the signs and like all of the elements, we think the earth energy, we think the Taurus energy, we think the Venus energy, we think the love energy. And I believe in you. I know we can do this. It's a new moon. It's a new beginning. Just go with it. Just go with the flow. Don't try to do anything too crazy. Like the eclipse is going to bring up craziness all on its own. So that's why I particularly do not charge or work any spells or do any magic. I'm just, whatever comes up, I'll journal about it and see if I can figure it out and work through it. And then I can emerge from my cave on the new dawn, on the new moon, and become a part of society again, and to not get bogged down and stuck. I chose these two obsidians and the tourmaline. I recommend working with any black stone. For Taurus energy, I love working with moss agate, which is also a very earthy stone and a very loving and uplifting stone as well. So take care of yourselves. Carry your black stones with you during this time. Shield yourself, bubble up. But don't hide from society, because we love you and I want to give you hugs. I can't wait to see you again. I can't wait to start live streaming again. As most of you know, I've had to kind of take a little break from streaming to make some money on the side. So hopefully I can come back next week and hang out with you all again and hear what you've been going through and how this eclipse was for you. Also, comment, like, subscribe below. That is the best way to get these messages out there and to get the support out there and to uplift each other. And I thank you so much. I can't wait to see you.